This is going to be a reading from the article I just recently published entitled Resistance is Futile. Commercial buildings, building systems, and equipment are addictive. Turn back now if you do not want to become addictive. I'm Sharon Dingus of the Fit Facility Academy and Fit Facility Bootcamp. Resistance is futile. Resistance to becoming hooked on the diverse and dynamic ecosystems known as commercial or non-residential buildings and facilities. This well-known phrase is borrowed from the Borg in Star Trek Next Generation, and it implies to the world of non-residential buildings. You'll know you've been assimilated when you walk into buildings and immediately look for zone sensors or touchscreen displays. Or when you're at a restaurant or the gym or an open ceiling facility, you immediately begin looking up, tracing the ductwork, the pipes, the conduit, and locating equipment. Or when you are driving on an overpass and look down on building rooftops to assess the types and brands of equipment installed. And going to job sites or mechanical rooms, be still my heart. The first time I went to a job site was a rainy day in Fort Wayne, Indiana, the beginning of my HVAC career. I was so excited to see the physical equipment I had sized and selected that I ignored the fact that I had ruined my dress flats when I stepped into the deep mud in the parking lot. Ruined shoes mattered not, as I was forever hooked on the industry. Speaking of those early months when I was drinking from the proverbial fire hose, during the first 6 months of training and learning as much as I could, as quickly as possible, my brain was absolutely fried at the end of each day. I loved it. I loved driving to work each morning knowing I would have the opportunity to dive back into the wild, wild world of commercial HVAC. All the new terms and acronyms and the vague ways in which people describe their equipment and systems needs. Hint, air handler was one of the initial points of confusion when I talked with customers who might have wanted a furnace or a packaged rooftop or a custom air handler the size of a double wide trailer. I routinely played 20 questions to decipher what the customer actually needed. Each day was a new adventure as I learned how to properly select, size, quote, and prepare submittals for equipment ranging from fan coils and unit heaters to custom air handlers to chillers and associated refrigeration specialties. Learning where the equipment was located in the plans and specifications that represented the physical buildings was also part of what I learned to do at that sales office. When I first began working at the Train Commercial Sales Office, I was a newly graduated electrical engineer who absolutely loved the then new frontier of direct digital controls, or DDC, that were emerging in the marketplace. My DDC bubble was quickly burst when I told Jerry, the co-owner and lead sales engineer, that I wanted to specialize in HVAC controls and building automation. Luckily for my career, Jerry emphasized that I needed to really understand the equipment, the end devices, and the mechanical systems before I would be effective in controls. Helping me build the foundation of my HVAC and applications knowledge was Bill, my primary mentor in the sales office. Bill was a born teacher and always patiently explained what I did not know, especially when I did not know what I did not know. You know what I mean? Many times I have looked back on my career, and I know that was a pivotal moment in my evolution as an engineering professional and leader, specializing in high performance integrated facilities and energy management. I have been blessed to have several additional mentors during the span of my career who helped me further my knowledge and skills. Mentoring, coaching, and training are in my engineering DNA as well. I have taught professionally in several technical colleges and several universities and have developed multiple training programs for use by Fortune 500 HVAC companies as well. Both formal and ad hoc training for colleagues, customers, team members, partner vendors, co-op students, and interns, and frankly, anyone who listens is also a passion of mine. Fit Facility Bootcamp, The foundational training program in my Fit Facility Academy is a starting point for taking my passion for training and mentoring to the industry and hopefully the world. At this stage in my career, it's time for me to be of greater service to the next generations of technical and engineering professionals. Sure, I'd love to have you join the Fit Facility Bootcamp, but perhaps you already know what you need to know to be a high performer in your current role. Perhaps the timing is not right, or the price point might not be right, or you simply want to get to know me first. Believe me, I have similar challenges when I seek to advance my training knowledge with career-specific training. That's why I'm creating this series of informational posts. Additionally, I have other ideas up my sleeves, even though I don't have sleeves on today, which I will be rolling out over the coming weeks and months, all to be of service to you and others in our industry or who are interested in joining our industry. This is the first in a series of posts that will provide you with a sampling of the information shared in my signature training program, the Fit Facility Bootcamp, designed to compress months and years of knowledge into weeks, with the intent of decreasing the slope of this learning curve. And so feel free to share this video, or if you are also looking at the written post, please feel free to share that. Thank you so much.